Hey guys, here's my first package from Hobbyking. So what I have here is their new fiberglass X4 quad. So this is how it came in. Actually, I ordered last week, and it only took like no more than 7 days to get here. So that's pretty quick. Thanks Hobbyking. So let's open up and show you guys how it looks. A lot of you guys are probably like asking why unboxings, and some people actually like to see unboxings because they want to see how their stuff comes packed. So first off, I ordered two quads and I already opened up just to take a quick look at it, but you can see this is the X4. Looks pretty neat. This is their full fiberglass quad. So if you guys want more info on more about it, you can always check out the link below in the description box, or also check out Hobbyking. So first off, let me take out my other quad that I got. This is the H4, which I'll be showing you guys later in a separate video. So on to the X4 quad itself. So you can see, let me take out the bag. It actually comes packed really good. I kind of ripped this earlier when I was opening up the box, but this thing actually looks really cool. It's really big. When I actually measured the motor to motor, it's not what the website listed as 400 and something. I think they meant 400 from front to back, but it's actually 650 millimeters from one motor to the other side diagonal, which is how you measure the quad. You can see very nice. It's black. I wish it came in white or a different color, with some stripes or green or yellow on there, but it's all black, which I'll probably end up repainting in the future when I have time. So in this box over here, you can see these are the coverings for the arms. You can see there's should be eight of them. You got the top where the motor and the propeller sticks out, and you have another one, which is the bottom. Alright, the good part is going to be right here. Let me take these out, and then we put this stuff away. The joy of doing quick looks and unboxing is you guys get to see everything before you guys even purchase any of these products. So here we go. These are the arms. So according to the picture, a lot of guys were, before anybody even had it, when Hobbyking first listed these, the main concern I had was if this thing was all one piece, you crash, you can't get parts. But you can see the arms are on separate mounts. Now, the bad thing is I'm not sure if Hobbyking has parts for it, but it is separate parts, so you can easily transport it, and it's held on by screws down here, just like a fiberglass airplane, so I think that's pretty neat. You can see there's wooden motor plates, there's a wooden spar that goes all the way through here, and the outside is fiberglass, and the quality is actually very, very nice. It kind of reminds me of the CMP products for the bigger balsa planes, the balsa and fiberglass planes, just because they use this kind of teal color tape, which reminds me of the CMP. They use the same color tape. You can see we got the motor mounts, the holes already marked out. We have holes so the wire can come underneath. Now, where the ESC actually goes, I'm not really sure. I might mount the ESC inside and just use really long wires, feed them all the way through, because it is open to feed the wires all the way through. You can see we have little channels here. I guess this is for where you want to add LED lights in the future. This is the rear section. This is the front part. Same thing, you can see. We have the little slots cut out, I guess, for LED lights. Same thing, balsa in here, balsa inside the arm. So it's actually very strong. It's not the strongest, but it's pretty good. Same thing with this one. Very nice. Can't barely twist it. So here is the caps that I was talking about earlier. So let me get one top and one of the bottom ones, just to give you guys a quick look and idea of how it works. So let me grab one of these so you can see how this one fits on there, and then the bottom fits on there, so you can fit different motors. It would actually be pretty cool if you can do a X8 top and bottom motor setup. I might do that, I might not. It all depends on how much time I have and what I actually plan on doing. But you can see lots of space on here, and I was able to do a measurement on here. So if you have like 41 millimeter diameter motors, they will fit on here, as long as it's not over like 30 millimeters high, or I would say 35 millimeters high. They will fit on here, so that's pretty cool. You can see how it fits on here. At first I was debating if I should use pancake style motors on here, but the problem is, since this part is enclosed, the pancake style that I was planning to use doesn't stick up high enough if I used other props. So I would have to leave this cover off, or use the higher, like a T-Motor 2820 series motor in order to for the prop to stick out and have enough clearance on here. But yeah, I'll be doing another video on there after I get everything all assembled and built. Let me put these parts back so I don't lose it. Now the good part, you guys want to see how this thing looks with all the arms on here. So we have a bag of screws and another support. Not really sure where this little piece of wood goes. It's in the manual. I just gotta look over it. Actually, it goes on the inside. So actually, it's like here. So you can take a look at it. You can see there's holes cut out in the rear here. So when you mount it, the ESC wires will feed right on through to the ESC if you have ESCs. Same thing for the rear. You have a cutout so that when you slide it to the rear section back here, the wires feed through, and then once you have all of these kind of hard when it's actually screwed in, you know, just want to give you guys a little quick look and idea of how it mounts onto. But you can see there's two holes that mounts, two bolts that actually mounts this to the frame. Same thing here, that mounts here to here. So right now I'm gonna leave it upside down just to show you guys what I meant earlier by 650 millimeter motor to motor. It's from this center to this center. It's approximately 650. Don't count my word. You know, don't count my word for it. I could be off by like a few millimeters, but it's around 650 millimeters instead of 485. You know, from this way. So it's actually diagonal, which is which was why I thought when I first ordered it was going to be a small one until I saw Hobbyking's video. It's actually a pretty big unit. You can see here. It's not that light, you know, to be honest. It's I guess for a full fiberglass you know, shell like this, like a fuselage body, kind of RC airplanes, you know, it feels just right. But for a quadcopter, if you want longer flight time, something lightweight setup, this one might not be for you. So I'm only expecting to get like 5 to 7 minute flight times with this X4, you know, alien FPV quad, or not FPV, but just an alien quad. Maybe I can get longer or not, but it is a pretty heavy setup. So I think by the time I finish, you know, building this one, it's like 700 grams already. With, you know, motors, it's like another 4 motors, going to be about 400 grams, not including the wiring, adding the ESCs, battery, flight controller, all the gear. It's going to be about 2,000 grams from what I'm estimating. So to take off here, it's very simple. You just lift up the back, you slide it here, you pop it out. We have pins here, so that's pretty cool. So you see you have these little rods. So when you're actually giving it a closer look, this is the clear dome that goes in the front if you want to mount a camera. But you have holes where that rod fits on through, but you can see the inside. Tons of space on here. Not to mention the bottom of here, it curves, so you have a large area right here to use different size battery. You can use anywhere from a 3 cell, I believe, up to a 6 cell, depending on your power setup. So that's pretty impressive, pretty cool. You have tons of space up here for the battery. You can even mount your battery on the bottom of this tray if you want, but I guess this is where your flight controller goes, and your receiver can go all up in here. Or actually, I think this is the CG mark. So this piece, you just unscrew out this 2 screws right here. This board will come off, and that will give you access to the center, and you can see there's X on here, which I assume is the CG on here, so that's pretty cool how Hobbyking thought of that out. So that's very neat, very easy to access. And down here, I guess is where the radio, FPV gear, camera gear, and all that's going to go. But you can see cool vents cut out here. We have a slot for more lights, a vent here, vent on the side, some slots back here. I might end up using some mesh just to cover up here, so that way it looks a little bit cleaner with all the openings that they have here. Sending back here, add a little bit of mesh, and it will look pretty cool. So here's how you pop on the canopy. So pop it in like so, slide it back. Now we pop in the front part. You can see, or you guys can't really see, I'm using my phone to record, so it's not the best quality. So I'm sorry guys. It's actually pretty tough to get on, but once you line up the hole, it's once you line up the hole, you just gotta push it in there and slide it forward, and that's pretty much will lock this one up in place. I think in Hobbyking's video they use a magnet. I'm not really sure, but you know, it's held on pretty good. I don't expect this thing coming off in flight, but I'll probably end up using some magnets. Hopefully it doesn't, or it won't interfere with my DJI flight controller, you know, with the magnets and the compass and stuff like that. But you can see it's a pretty massive quad, and you know, that's pretty much a pretty quick, long first look at it, kind of semi unboxing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned guys for the next video, which I'll be posting up in the next few weeks once I get all my electronics together, and I'll go into more detail on how I mounted it, what I used, and actually how everything looks fully assembled. So yeah, there you go guys, thanks for watching.